Okay, so you were a approximately 14-year-old human. However, you weren't full-blooded human due to the fact that your parents had sold you to some sort of lab that had experimented on you, making you Part B. And by Part B, basically just means you had stingers on your arms, bee antennae, and bee wings. And since the lab was run by the Foot Clan, the turtles eventually broke in. When you see them, you panic because you're used to mutants being bad, such as Baron Draxum, who had often come by to injure you or to check on how the experiment was going. But when Leo sees you, since he's the only one who actually goes into that area, he shouts, "Guys, there's a kid here!" And you immediately cover your ears due to your sensitive hearing from all the loud sounds that happen at the lab. The Turtle Brothers immediately get there. When Mikey sees you, he realizes you look a bit like April, seeing as you were April's cousin. So Mikey goes up to you and says, "Hey, it's okay, we won't hurt you, don't worry." He attempts to put his hand on your shoulder, but you immediately pull away and quietly whimper. Seeing as you're clearly afraid, they decide it's best not to touch you. But then Donnie goes up to you, since he's not good with emotions. He decides to say, "Hey, kid, you look familiar, like a close friend of ours." However, her cousin disappeared a couple years back. Would you know what happened to a kid named the Listener? You seem a bit confused, then you manage to stutter out, That's me. Why?" Then Donnie casually looks at his brothers and says, "Guys, it's them." Then Donnie says to you, "Look, how about we get home? We know where April is. She's still our friend. Do you remember us?" You cautiously shake your head, seeing as you have fuzzy memories of the past, except for your cousin April. After a while, and they had actually brought you where April lives. When April sees you, she says in a concerned voice, "What on earth happened to you? This isn't normal. I thought your parents moved." You shake your head and say, "No. They might have, but I've been at a lab for the past 4 years." After a while, and you had reacquainted with the turtles, and you became more clingy towards them, seeing as you didn't want to lose the people you liked the most again. One night, when you and them were just casually watching some sort of Jupiter Gym movie, Leo decides to play with your wings, not knowing that they're actually quite sensitive, since they're just thin layers of some sort of fabric-y organic matter. Then Donnie immediately grabs Leo's hand and says, "Leo, no. Their wings are sensitive." You cautiously say, "It's fine, Don. I don't mind people messing with my wings as long as they're careful." Leo smirks and says, "Oh, don't worry, sweetie. I'll be gentle." His brothers understand what he's trying to do and are clearly irritated because they don't want him flirting with you, especially that soon after trauma. Then Leo just casually sits behind you and plays with your wings gently as you and them continue to watch the movie. After a while, and you had went to sleep, still right in front of Leo with him playing with your wings, which honestly surprised all of the turtles, since they thought you would probably end up asking Leo to stop. After a few days, and the others had started playing with your wings and antennae as well, always making sure to be gentle. One day when you were going for a walk with the turtles, it was around midnight, so that there was barely anyone nearby, and you see the Foot Clan, so you immediately grab a hold of Mikey's hand, because he was the closest to you. And they can all tell that you're absolutely horrified. So they all look at each other. Then Leah says, "Listener, how about we handle him? I'll teleport you back home." You immediately shake your head and say, "No." Based off how they're acting, they're just waiting for you guys to arrive. They have something planned. I know it. And plus, I have stingers on my arms. I can fight. Not very well, but I can still fight. After a bit, and you were fighting with the turtles, one of the leaders of the Foot Clan, the bigger one, grabbed a hold of you and said to the other members of the Foot Clan, "So this is where the little experiment went." You immediately jab him in the stomach with your stinger, injecting him with the same variety of poison that they use to try to kill other mutants, such as Baron Draxum. But it's only a lethal substance to humans. So it kills the larger leader of the Foot Clan. You didn't know that you killed him. You thought you just knocked him out. But after a while, and you and the boys had gotten back to the lair, you had said, "Guys, I don't think he was breathing when we left." And Donnie casually says in a happy voice, "Good job. and got your first kill. And you immediately freeze up. Excuse me, I killed him? And Donnie nods. Yeah. There was no warmth coming from that guy when we left. It's just a bit of vengeance, don't worry. After a while, and the turtles had ended up admitting that they had huge crushes on you. You admitted that you liked them back.